Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Daybreak. We are roughly halfway around our roundup of today. We've done Newtown, we did a part of the artisanal district, we picked up our 4 SPG last time and finished it, so for now let's continue our rounds and see what we can find out. Oh, Professor Callahan's undeniably smart, but all the same, he has a bad habit of panicking and rushing into bad decisions. That's always been his weak point, really. He has trouble stepping back and clearing his head. Well, I'm guessing a lot more problems in that department have that issue. Blah. I had too much to drink last night, but there was a decent chance to shoot the shit with the artisans at least. They're a lot more relatable than I first thought. They take a lot of pride in doing their job right, like I do. I'm supposed to be the middleman between them and the higher-ups, but looking back, I've just been pushing the higher-ups' agenda onto them. I gotta start listening to their side of the story, you know? Maybe they can do their job better that way. Equal ground is a great way to start, isn't it? Man, I sat down with my son last night, but we still couldn't really see eye to eye on things. I can't figure out Kid's worth a damn. I just want to help him figure out what path he wants to take in life. The workshop will let him find what works for him. But I can never get that through to him. Maybe I'm just not good at explaining it. Maybe. But keep on trying. Yes, I can see how this workshop ended up the flag bearer of the whole artisan guild. Each of the other workshops we visited specialized in their own little niche instead of covering all the bases. It's all of them working together that makes Vern the powerhouse that it is, and the city along with it. Real big on tech, isn't he? Nerd. Yeah, he always had an eye for these things. As a native of Basel, I'm happy to see people learn about what makes this place so nice. Well, we're browsing the artisanal district at the moment. These workshops are quite impressive. Basel reminds me a lot of Zeiss. It's this factory city over in Liberal. And all these engineering types remind me of a certain old fellow too. Who would that be? Oh, nobody. You've got yourself wrapped up in yet more trouble, haven't you? Do be careful, that goes for all of you. We will, don't worry. Hey, if we need your help, we'll let you know. Okay, who's this chick anyway? Suspicious with a capital S. Well, I'm glad I was able to chat with Gisgert while I was here. It would have been such a wasted opportunity otherwise. There's something else on my mind too, something worrying. But it could just be nothing, of course. I have to poke around a little, just in case. The artisanal district had this unique vibe to it. It is so unlike the rest of the city, it's really charming. I just wish there wasn't so many stairs here. It's fine when you can use the arrow trap to get around, but when you can't, it's a nightmare. I get why, but still, could I not have built this city in the middle of a ravine? Well, I imagine getting around town was even more difficult before cars and trams. Oh, definitely, but that makes this place so charming in itself as well. Well, thanks so much for letting me come along on this delivery. Oh, whoa, is that the top secret project over there? That's so cool. Hey, easy boy, you're like a big old puppy. Even the small stuff on the shop is serious business, you know. We gotta make sure we do every step right. I just feel nervous slotting you in a big project like that already. So, if I can stop making you nervous, you'll let me on? I just gotta get better, right? I guess that's not the wrong way to take what I said. Just start looking before you leap. You gotta stop charging blindly into things, bud. It's giving them tips. I really am dying to take part in that project. I gotta hurry up and get smithing. The boss really doesn't like my work though. I do kinda feel like I'm rushing things, but how can't I? He's always yelling in the background. It puts me on edge. Maybe there's a time or place where it's nice and quiet. I'll try and make some stuff then. Well, Voyager's optimism is probably his biggest strength. He always looks on the bright side of things. He just has this habit of rushing head first into everything. Makes for sloppy work sometimes. I wouldn't be so opposed to letting him work on his own if he could show me that he actually knows what he's doing.
Indeed.
So practice, practice, practice.
Thousand. If he wanted to do what's best for Vern, he'd grown a damn spine. No,
We can know about every little under-table deal those billion subsidiaries are doing. But it's still his job to keep everything above board. He's gotta stamp that crap out when he sees it. We at the Edison Guild gotta try and crack down on Callahan. If Towson won't do it, we'll bring the blockhead down ourselves. We're starting with his supply chains. He might have snagged up some abandoned warehouse somewhere. We're tracking his purchases too. So he's thinking that Callahan is still working on his own as lead of a project. Personally, I think he's been kidnapped by Almata and working in a separate location, trying to continue or even complete the research he's doing. Oh, I heard about what happened over at the Institute. It sounds like the Artisans Guild is helping out however they can. I'm really worried for Quattro though. And the Institute, well, we can't just let those goons take it over, or all of Professor Hamilton's work will go to waste.
Well...
Real let me come along like usual, but she said today she was scared to leave me at home. And everybody's kinda sad today for some reason. I wonder what happened. Big people business, that's all you need to know. Well, some students from Aramis came by to visit earlier. I wasn't able to tell them much, but I'd give them a general overview of what we do here. They were smart cookies, but one of them was leaps and bounds above the others. Hard to believe she was just a student. Even the supervisor was impressed. Ah, Ren, always leaving an impression somewhere, that's for sure. And that's all for in here. Oh, there. Check out the inn. Hey, one of our guests was saying that our network issues has gotten even worse over the last day or so. Some people are just going off the grid altogether and staying offline until it all blows over. Ironically, our online ordering system is a bit more stable now. I guess there's less demand on the grid or something. Yeah, stuff happened.
Well...
maybe.
You know what you want?
Ah, yes, CP is only in other places. Well, those two siblings are like a whole routine in themselves. It never gets old watching them work the floor. The network issues here have messed up my itinerary today, so I'm just standing by here. But I'm not complaining. There's hardly a boring moment here with those two around. Well, some of our guests have been talking about Giscard landing some big new project. It's a common story nowadays. There's a lot of demand for research now, and that's good for spirits and business both. I like to think we've been helping them along in our own way. Now we got to step up our game. With their project ramping up, they gotta eat. It makes me all the more glad I've got my brother to develop that online ordering system. It's a real lifesaver. Having said that... Black vinegar soup. There it is.
Man, it's gotta be me.
A little thank you would be nice.
Alright, thank you. Alright, let's check upstairs. See if we can find some more people to talk to. Well, I got a big meeting with a representative from Vern today. I really can't be bothered. If I'm being honest, I agreed to the trip for pleasure first and business second. But I need to at least act like I care, or I can kiss any future business trips goodbye. And I can't have that now, can I? I've gotta suck it up and nail this meeting. It's for nothing else, for securing cushy trips like these in the future. Hey, priorities are priorities, right? And if you aren't doing business for pleasure, then at least get some pleasure out of the secondary plus sides, like business trips and such. Alright. Let's see, how far are we? 4 more people? Good. And then we're ready to head to the Institute, where all the big stuff is happening right now.
The goddess of the sky is always...
Oh, I heard a professor from the Institute went missing. I can only pray that Aios extends her guiding hand to them. I'm far from an expert on the city and its customs, but I believe the goddess light shines brightly here all the same. I will pray for the professor's safety today. I've heard about Professor Callahan's disappearance as well. We have asked the congregation to share any hints towards his whereabouts, but we haven't learned anything so far. I did also hear that he had been mistreating his assistants. I hope it was only coincidence that his assistants looked exhausted whenever I would see them, but I was wrong, I see. Yeah, but let's just wrap this all up before we see where it goes in the future. Phew, even on a slow day I'm running all across the town. Crazy to think this isn't even close to peak. Gillies says the online service is glitching out for some reason, so we're not getting as many deliveries orders today. Just goes to show how many people are using it. Now that it's bugging out, the whole system is backed up. Alright, one more left to go. Technology is really taking off, but it's always because of violence that it leaps like that. The road to progress is paved in blood. Crossbells last year was proof of that. Never seen anything like it in my years. I heard Callahan was working like a man possessed in the days before he went missing. I can only wonder what he was working on. There's just something about his disappearance that gives me déjà vu. I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, and he is right though, like progress goes by leaps and bounds during wartime. It's not great, but there is a benefit to it. Even though if I had a choice, I would go the long way rather than using war to progress our things faster and faster. But that's just me. Alright, Institute. Let's have a look around, shall we? Well, I can't believe they attacked the Institute. I hope it doesn't throw a wrench into my studies, but being realistic, it probably will. I have to prove to myself, to my dad, I want to hurry up and land some big projects so I can be proud of it. Ooh, wait. There is something on the board here. Honestly, I did not expect that, but we'll have a check. Well, it just doesn't feel real. The special research building was attacked and now Professor Callahan's been kidnapped? I don't think this affects our work with the Institute, but I'm still worried about him. If those criminals have their eye on the Institute, then the rank and file researchers might get caught in the crossfire. I'm really gonna have to help Athena with all of this. Yeah, you do that and we'll help with our 4 SPGs.
What have we got?
RX Research. Pardon me for making this request when I know you're rather busy, but we would like you to help gathering materials to make a certain painkiller. I will explain the details in Esmeralda's lab. Alright. Well, I wasn't expecting Essie to make a request for us, though really, she could have just told us in person. Well, guessing she just heard this how we do things and rolled with it. We'll have to go talk to her later. Agreed. We really owe it to her. Okay, so I'm guessing we're gonna hunt some materials out in the wild and gear them up for her? We can definitely do something like that. Okay, we've got one here. That shouldn't be too bad.
Tasty.
Everybody's gotta eat.
Well, I can't believe what happened to Professor Callahan. First I heard those abuse allegations getting thrown around, which explained why all of his students were so tired all the time. And now he's just gone. I can't imagine what it's like being one of his students right now. I wish I could do something about it, but I'll just have to keep putting hot meals on their plates and getting their spirits up. Yeah, that does sound like the best thing you can do.
Thanks a bunch.
Well, thank you. Alright, let's get to the other side. This theory could greatly simplify the equations we're using. I'll have to test that out at the lab. Or, wait, no. I forgot. It's a total mess right now. I have to wait until it's cleared up. I need to do the professor proud. I can't screw this up. Now, test your theories and hope it works. I was freaking out when I saw that explosion last night. I thought my samples might have gotten damaged in there. They were fine, but then Professor Callahan went missing after they hit the special research building. That's even worse. He was the only one who really understood me. As a weapons designer, he appreciated the beauty of blowing things up. He was actually pretty excited about my proposal for a flamethrower weapon. Great minds think alike. Okay, so if you see a flamethrower in the future, he's the reason they exist. Well, I didn't want to believe it when the chief engineer and the other professors told me about it. It just didn't make sense to me. I can't help but wonder if we could have stopped this had someone noticed his behavior sooner. But, well, hindsight is 2020, at any rate. I need to compile our documents on the incident and send it to the police and the guild. Definitely. There's everybody downstairs, I think. At least before the upper part. So let's check that now. And then we can go through security. Well, people said they heard all kinds of weird sounds at the institute last night. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? This place has been around since the Middle Ages, so those weird sounds can only mean one thing. Ghosts. It's haunted, isn't it? No? Not that I've heard. There was an attack over at the special research building last night. That's what that was. Did you seriously not hear about it? I swear, you have the keenest ear for gossip, but the actual stories fly right over your head. Wait, really? The building got attacked? Huh, that's the first I've heard of it. Actually, now that you mention it, yeah, I think some of the professors might have talked about it. It's just in one ear and out the other with you, isn't it? Liz really needs to start acting like an adult. She goes to the Institute of Science for crying out loud. I'm glad that Professor Cronkite and Professor Esmeralda are okay at least. But Professor Callahan disappearing is just, well, I can't even wrap my head around it. Professor Tane's been really worried about him, even before all of this went down. I thought it was weird how everybody was whispering today. Now it makes sense. I had no idea about it. I overslept this morning. Last I heard was the gossip from last night.
Indeed.
Well, my heart sank when I heard Professor Callahan went missing. I hope he's alright wherever he is. Word is, he had a ton of computers in his lab running parallel processing. On what? I do not know. But that all got stolen, which means whatever research he was doing caught the criminal's attention. That does shed some light on what he's been doing this whole time, for better or worse. True. Okay, I got 2 here, and then 3 on that side. Always hard to find the entrance to this building sometimes. Ah, Athena. Yesterday's meeting was a wash, but my holo research is still moving forward at least. Maybe Coolidge is right. Should I try having more faith in myself? I don't know.
Indeed.
Oh, you should definitely have more faith in yourself, because your holo was great. Well, I felt sick to my stomach when I heard the news. I can only hope they find him safe. He used to be such a kind and compassionate man. What happened to him? What drove him to abuse his students like that? I hope he comes back safe, and I hope I get to sit down with him and find out why he's done all this. Well, he can't hide it anymore, at least everybody knows about it now. There's been a lot of grumbling around about the signal and power issue recently, and it even got worse yesterday. I'm in charge of the city's wiring system, and I'm pretty confident the wires aren't the problem. Something else is going on. Still, if this doesn't let up, we'll pretty much have to investigate the grid just to save face. I'll go for it. See if you can solve it. We know what's causing it, but there might be a way to go against it, isn't it? What the hell is Sasha running off to? She's always telling me to not go off on my own, but guess she doesn't have to follow her own rules. I ain't cut out for this tour guide crap. Why'd you dump it all on me? Because she thinks you're capable, that's all it is to it. Ah, she had a call. I can't believe they attacked the special research building. It sounded like it wasn't the work of that first intruder last night either. Thankfully, our archives were left intact, but that's all about the good news. A professor disappearing is awful indeed. I hear it was Professor Callahan too. He used to have a real appetite for the books here. I would see him every day in the library. But he started spending less and less time here and more holed up in his lab, poring over his computers. Yeah, something did change. That's for sure. Yeah, there was a bit of trouble over at the Institute. Looks like the CID's on the ground too, so I was wondering if you'd heard anything. Ah, come on, you can't do one little favor to help some frightened school children? Huh, who's she talking to? Hard to say. Can't deny I'm curious, but we got bigger fish to fry right now. I've gone over it with the student council president, but I'm still really unnerved about it. Come on, you help out some worried school children, please? Fairy, why are you still in the library, really? Oh, there she is. Okay, that's everybody before security. Let's see if we are allowed to use our new cards. Man, I really screwed the pooch. I let an intruder blow right by me, into the special research building. The investigation is still ongoing here, but I'll report whatever I find out there. Anything helps. I hear your investigation in this yourself? And I see Mr. Salation is with you too. I don't see the harm in letting you guys in. Go on through. I'm really worried about Professor Callahan's disappearance though. I think I speak for everyone here saying that I want to help bring him back. I heard you were helping with the investigation, so head on in. Well, we do have security clearance now, but well, thank you nonetheless. Well, I want to take another look at the crime scene, just to see if there's any leads about Professor Callahan. There's just something strange about how disheveled the room was. It's like a tornado blew through it or something. Some of the damage implied they used slashing weapons and blunt force. I think we can rule out that man from Langport. I dread to imagine into whoever wrought that much damage, especially if they came from the gardens. We have some new intel to work with, courtesy of the Capital Branch. We'll have to make sure we investigate carefully. It's starting to sound like we really are dealing with the gardens this time. We should probably stay away from Professor Callahan's lab for now. Alright, alright. Let's focus on a little bit of a side business, shall we? Oh, hello everyone. I take it you saw our request? The one about gathering ingredients for the painkiller? Yeah, we got it. I get why the request said we, now too. Ah, now that you mention it, it did. You two are working together on this, I take it? Oh, that's right. I don't think you've met him before. Everyone, this is Ray. Hi, pleased to meet you. I'm a researcher from ZZF over in Liberal. Esmeralda gave me a call asking for some help with this new project of hers. So here I am. I just flew in this morning. I study biology, plant specifically. Ah. Maker of that certain tomato maybe? Or even being part of it? My most notable work would be the Ezerberg tomato. Yes, I've heard of it. I definitely did. I don't blame you if it is flown under your radar though. It hasn't really caught up in Calvard yet. I don't remember anything like that. I think I've seen it on occasion at some imported food stores. Is it really bitter tomato, isn't it? I've had a few of those, I think. Acquired taste, to say the least. I heard they've spread from Liberal to Crossbell and Arabonia as well. I've tried them once or twice, but they aren't really my thing. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Ezerberg tomatoes are about the exact opposite of sweet. I like them quite a bit actually. Oh, so do I. They're the perfect pick-me-up when I feel myself nodding off. Well, glad I've got two people in my camp at least. I ended up creating them by total accident in the greenhouse, if you could believe it. Imagine the shock and horror on my colleagues' faces when they unsuspectedly bit into one of those for the first time. I'll treasure those memories forever. That was the impetus for my biology research. I was just drifting along without a specific focus before then, but those tomatoes, they saved me. He seems a little eccentric, doesn't he? thought that was how all lab coat types operate. Well, to an extent, yes, but I'd say he makes the rest of us look normal. Wow, are they really that bitter? I kinda wanna try one. Got it, so you're the botany guy and then Esmeralda is the bioengineering buff. What led you two working on a painkiller together then? That does seem like a bit of a leap. Well, you've got that look on your face, Quattro. You've worked it out, haven't you? Well, yes. Being your understudy clues me in on these things. First though, I think we should figure out whether or not we'll take this job before we dive into the details. What's your call, Van? Of course we'll take it, don't worry about it. Alright, we're on board. What do you need us to do? Oh, thank you so much. Well, Esmeralda is the project lead on this. For reference, I'm just helping out here and there. She'll fill you in on all the details. Okay, so let's go ahead and take it from the top. I'm working to develop bionic limbs for amputees, and these painkillers are just an important step in the process. Ah, I had a hunch that was it. Bionic limbs, huh? Well, bioengineering indeed. That does sound up your alley. I know a lot of Jaegers use prosthetic arms and stuff. What does that have to do with painkillers though? Would that artificial limbs link directly to the user's nerves? Oh, you know your stuff. Leave it to Marduk, representative, to connect the dots. Oh, you flatter me. It's just a field I have personal interest in. Well, traditional prosthetics rely on extrapolating movement from other muscles in the body. It's very awkward and inexact, and that limits their use for practical applications. Bionic limbs don't have that problem though. Yeah, that makes sense. They'd be the best way to put one in, if you can figure out how. You hook them up to the nerves and the brain can use them like real limbs. Right on the money. That sounds incredible. Yep. It's still mostly theoretical though. Practical examples aren't really there yet. We still have a lot of issues to work out, and that's one of the big focus in my department right now. And chief among those problems is how painful it is to have work done on your nerves. Ah, so that's what the painkiller is for. Exactly. Nerve work is an extremely painful procedure, even after the attachment is finished. They're quite literally running a knife across your arm over and over again, all throughout the process. That sounds awful. Can't you just use anesthetic like they do at surgeries? Not really. Anesthesia isn't meant for regular use. Your body really wouldn't appreciate you knocking it out over and over. And that's why you need painkillers for daily use with minimal side effects. I do know that painkillers are often made from plant extracts, which is where Ray's research comes in, I assume. Bingo! Well, we might have just found just the thing for our new painkiller. It's a luminous plant called Zemuria Moss. The Septian Church uses it liberally for their own medicine. I am told it goes by soul moss in the east. I think Long Kai gave me some of that when he made that cell for me. Pretty rare stuff if I recall. For sure, I don't see it in the usual channels very often. I tried to ask my colleagues to see if they had any, but I came up empty-handed unfortunately. And that's what led us to you. Got it. Sounds pretty straightforward. This ain't our home turf though, so I can't exactly call in any favors here. All my connections are back home. Oh, you don't need to worry about sourcing it. We figured out that it grows naturally here. Well, back in Liberal, you can find it in the Chaldea limestone cave, underneath the city of Zeiss. That cave has just right humidity and proximity to the Septian veins. We posited that it might grow in other caves that meet those criteria. So we looked around here and bingo, we managed to find one. It's in the deepest part of that metal mine Quattro went into yesterday. Really? I should be able to guide everyone there then. You'll find the entrance in the open area where you rescued me yesterday. Well, that's convenient. Well, that explains why you brought this to us and not the guild. Right, here's the key. This'll let you in. Rusty old key. Perfect, thanks. Let's get going then. Be careful in there.
Time to go solve some problems.
ARKRIDE research started. Alright, since we need to go through an entire mine, I don't know if we'll finish it today, but we'll see. Well, bioengineering is a real hot field right now, and I can't deny I'm proud that my research could prove useful in it. I hope the painkiller makes life easier for amputees and other patients. I hope so too. Well, now Ray didn't catch my eye just for his Zemuria Moss research alone. I hope I get the chance to ask him about his other projects. For now though, we need to focus on the painkiller. Do let me know if you find any moss down there. Just please don't get yourself hurt in the process. That would be quite bad. Well, I agree with that part at least. Okay, we got the 1 point there. Alright, let's talk to the researcher here. Oh, if it isn't the Arid green navel. You don't see these growing here very often. I'd have to take a sample. Or put it all the way out here, I wonder. Perhaps the local winds and weather patterns emulate their original habitat. Oh, that's simply fascinating. Does sound very fascinating indeed. Think that's all of it. So before we continue on with the main story, I do want to complete the 4 SPGs, so... yeah, you know what's gonna happen. Let's go... here, midpoint. Yes.
Now.
Good. Means we can get straight forward from where we left off.
It won't be for long. We have the key right here.
Unlock the door to the sealed area. Great, now we can keep moving. Right, let's make our way to the innermost depths for the Zemuria Moss. Right, let's explore, shall we? We'd love to get it on this episode, but we'll see if that's an opportunity we have or not. Magical damage? Or just the proper strength? Arts do seem to do a decent amount of damage, that's for sure.
Nice. That went great.
You're a true professional, then.
Suggesting magic attacks.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's nothing in here that we can deal with, so we just have to make a way forward, that's all.
Hit him fast, Barry.
Activating skill.
Have some more.
Reset! Activating skill.
Sucker.
Yeah, Wizard is finally coming into her damage, that's really good.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Shall I prepare some sweets for you, Mr. Arkham?
Charge attack available.
I can live with this. You are a great help on yes. An enemy more.
Oh, that big tick really is powerful, isn't it?
Enemy static. Now's your chance to deploy shards.
Okay. I do want to focus on the big one if we can.
Have some more.
I won't let this chance slip by.
Well, the small ones we can take care of, definitely.
Got a whole slew of them. Brace yourself.
Loose gauge limiter unlocked.
Nice. That was great.
You're a true professional, then.
Alright, let's see. We have one to the side. Yeah, we really need to get all the way into the back, isn't it? Alright. Once we filled back up there, we might just skip a few of the monsters.
skill.
Have some more.
I won't let this chance slip by.
Activating skill.
No! Perfect chance!
Activating skill.
Sucker.
Activating skill!
It's done.
Yeah, if we can at least take care of 2 of them before
Activating skill.
it's their turn. Ooh, 0. Definitely take a hold of that.
Boost would work here.
No weaknesses.
Hit him fast, Barry. Nice. That went
Treasure
great.
located.
Not too bad.
Man.
Strike 3. And you're out. Right, good. This branch is a dead end, and we always like our dead ends. Means we finished everything off. Shall we skip these
Suggesting
spot
magic
for now?
attacks.
'Cause we know we can deal with them, that's absolutely no problem. Okay, branching path. Target, treasure. I'd say let's go for the target and we can come back for the treasure later. Having the entire mine opened up to us, that's really nice. Really gives us a nice grinding spot. Yeah, we know we can take you, that's fine.
I see a stopping point. Would you care to rest? Just what I needed.
Let's just make sure we're ready for what's coming. Never underestimate what you might need to fight. I believe this is the innermost depth of the sealed area. Take a look at the surface over at that boulder in the back. It's glowing. It must be the Zemuria Moss. Well, it looks so mysterious. Alright, let's grab some. Actually, before that... It's approaching from above. Be careful. Ugh, a gigantic tick. This pressure, it must be invading its territory. Yeah, so stay focused, people. We're driving it back. Right. Well, you know the deal. We always do the same.
Breathe on to us. I won't let this chance slip by.
Right, look out for weakness, acid cloud.
Time to go all out.
Technically not bad, but maybe leave that for now.
Going all in.
Keep it up. It's working.
Considering she has a 0, so let's put up the shield through her this time.
Cobalt curtain. Activate. Mr. ARKRIDE. All out. Enemy
Brace yourself.
Vandalize.
Hands alive. Hooray!
Secure limiter unlocked.
Alright, since he's free and jail is on the table,
All you on yes.
definitely want to do that.
My move now. Time to hit him fast, Barry.
Okay, good. Well, this is jail too, but let's do something else first.
You're toast. Reset.
Some elements look effective.
Shield is still on, that's good.
Now's our chance.
Have some more.
Let's go down. Full boost. Go all out. Certain arts
Okay.
are better. I suggest we strike now. Activating skill.
All you on
Ah, really missing it? Wait. Did the cold
Certain
cancel
arts
it?
will be more effective.
No, that's kinda
Time to go all out.
shit.
You won't get away with this.
Okay, that's fine.
There we go. Reset.
Some elements look effective.
Time to go all out.
going all in.
Not yet.
Activating skill.
Sucker.
Mr. ARKRIDE. Activating skill. There we go. I won't lose.
Can't move, it's fine.
Certain arts will be more effective.
Activating all out.
Pull out all the stops.
Sci-fi activate.
Alright. Some more damage. Perfect. No, that's 2. That's good as well.
I suggest we strike now. Keep it up. It's working. Activating skill.
Aerial Buster.
Now it's my turn.
Energy output max. Activating skill.
Radiant Seeker. Alright, let's finish it off.
It's over. Radiant.
Boost gauge limiter removed.
Really? Not enough? Do it again.
Boost gauge limiter removed.
Now it is.
Nice. Moving on up.
Ah, White Heal has been upgraded to Innocent Heal.
Stats upgraded.
Phew, I'm glad that worked out. Very nice work, everyone. Time to grab the goods. Obtain Zemuria Moss. So this is Zemuria Moss. Its pale glow makes it quite the mysterious plant. I bet this go for a shit ton of mirror if you grab them by the root. Well, they're important research material, so please only take what you need. Just messing around. Pretty sure you were at least half serious. Hey, not like I don't get where he's coming from. Anyway, that's the job done. Let's get back to the research lab. Yep, and that's Aaron in a nutshell, isn't it? All intrusive thoughts just laid out there.
Just what I needed.
Yeah.
Suggesting magic attacks. Compensate that. Unleashing sharp strike.
Okay, we got this.
Activating skill.
Sucker.
Activating skill.
Have some more.
There we go. I won't let this chance slip by. Now! A chance!
Come on, we should be able to take at least one of them down with us.
Have some more.
There we go.
Alright, better use that 0 when it gets here. acid cloud.
Have some more.
I won't let this chance
Activating skill.
There we go. I'm stronger than ever.
Level up. Okay, that's what I want to see. Now we're ready to move on out of here. Alright, back to the Institute, shall we?
Heading to the objective.
So let's bring the moss and call today to a close, and then we can finish off looking for Professor ARKRIDE on the next one. This is what you were looking for, right? Van handed over the Zemuria Moss he'd gathered. Yep, this is the stuff. Oh, thank you so much. Now our research can go forward as planned. We can't let old George do all the work, can we? Is he a colleague of yours at the Institute? Oh, no. He's all the way over in Arabonia, actually. He's a student of Professor Smith, another one of the 3 disciples, and he's researching artificial limbs too. Bioengineering isn't his niche, but he's a whiz at about anything he puts his mind to. A friend of his lost an arm a while back, and he's been working really hard on an artificial limb ever since. He's even published papers on them. Oh yeah, I remember reading those papers. They were comprehensive to say the least, not just the theory, but design limits, materials, budgeting, everything. Truly a brilliant man. You're quite well connected, I see, even outside your specific field. Well, I happened to meet him while he visited CCF to study a while back. We hit it off pretty well. Turns out we share a lot of French ourselves. We plan to share his painkiller with him once we finish developing it. We may come from different backgrounds, but we're both engineering working towards a common goal. That's the whole point of science, right? Aw, how sweet. That's kind of a thing among Jaegers too. At the end of the day, work's work. And having some friendly competition never hurts. Well, we'll try not to take up any more of your time. Thank you so much for your help. Glad to be of service. Oh, that goes for you as well, Quatre. Please do try and rest when you can. Well, same to you, Essie. Thanks though. I'm glad we could help.
That's a wrap.
RX research completed. There's a little bit of law. Alright. That's it for today. On the next one, we'll continue with the story part, but for now, we'll leave it here. So, for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are, and if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time. So until then, bye-bye.